K-pop's doing great even without Blackpink or BTS. Comments throwing hate and shit at him for being a fanboy of Violet. 3 octaves? Better like 10 seconds of my ears bleeding. Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video on this channel. I know you all are bored of this kind of videos with opinions that no one gives a damn about. So that's why I'm gonna start by telling you all that if you are aware that you cannot control yourself or your feelings if I mention one of your faves, then you may skip this video. Cause I am not here to let anybody step and hate on me like I'm trash or something. Do not get me wrong, you can feel free to leave your personal opinions and thoughts in the comments section, but just do not spread harmful comments. Just to make it clear, I'm here just to share my honest thoughts and relieve my brain. With all that being finally said, let's begin with the actual video. 1. K-pop can easily survive without Blackpink or BTS. So, I think we all remember that, after all the BTS members went in the military and Blackpink members were still in discussions with YG Entertainment about the renewal of their contracts. There were lots of fans who started complaining about how K-pop will flop after both groups disappear from the spotlight. Now, guess what, honey? K-pop's doing great even without Blackpink or BTS. 4th and 5th gen groups are charting and beating records day by day, and even some 3rd gen groups, like Twice or Red Velvet, are still doing great on the charts whenever they're having a comeback without breaking a sweat. K-pop's popularity is unbeatable and is increasing higher than anyone could have expected by now, and it's not due to Blackpink or BTS's reputation worldwide. Both groups are indeed very successful, that's evident, and even if you like it or not, they indeed paved the way for a lot of idols from the newer generations. Still, it's not about who paved the way for who, but rather about some fans that think that the whole industry is sitting quietly on Blackpink and BTS's shoulders. Darling, open your eyes, and open them wide. It's not rocket science to be able to see how good K-pop's doing internationally, maybe even better than in Korea or Japan, without none of the both groups in the spotlight. 2. Stop defending idols before knowing the whole story. Okay, so, let's take the Min Hee-jin versus Hybe opera as an example. So, at first, everyone was against Min Hee-jin and Adore, stating that they've betrayed Hybe and have insulted other artists. That's not wrong though, but we'll get to that later. Moving on, when Hybe's internal documents were leaked, suddenly the same people who were on Hybe's side, shading Min Hee-jin and Adore, jumped on her defense and started throwing shade at Hybe instead. Same goes with New Jeans and Islet. At first, everyone was blaming Islet and B-Lift for plagiarizing New Jeans, but after Hanny's attendance at the National Assembly took place, suddenly everyone was defending Islet and calling New Jeans spoiled kids. I told you all this just to explain how this industry works. Since the very beginning, people will choose a team, it's like in football. You choose a team and you support them, but once you see another team playing better than the one you were initially a supporter of, you leave them behind and resign with a new team. But let's remember that these kind of legal battles don't happen in the basement, but rather publicly, so, naturally, people will choose a camp to be on their side. Once they understand they've made the wrong decision, they'll go to the other one in no time. 3. Idols are humans, but not in the good way at all. Fans aim to get very attached, comfortable around idols, and that's exactly the point of this industry, fan service. Remember the Karina and Lee Jae-wook dating news? Fans weren't revolted because she was dating, but rather because they thought she has lied and betrayed their love. This just shows how much fans can get mentally attached to their idols, to a point where they can't even tell the difference between reality and their imagination. However, don't also forget that idols are humans, like me and like you, but not in the good way at all. Your bias may look innocent and harmless, but it is as capable as me and you all are. Yes, we all are thinking of the Tail scandal now. The perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover. To be honest, at one specific moment, whether we like it or not, this industry is made as it leads us fooled to believe that idols are innocent and cannot do something wrong. It's not uncommon for K-pop stans at all, as this is the thing all companies are based on. Still, next time you think that your fave would never do the same thing as others did, don't forget that they are human beings at the end of the day. 4. It's not over or underperforming, it's just unsynchronization. To be completely honest, I've never heard somebody tell me that a specific soloist was lazily dancing or overperforming its own song. However, when it comes to groups, it's a completely different story. Groups have to match and sync with each other not just in dance, but also in energy. The whole definition of being in a group stands for working with each other and appearing as a group, not as robots planned separately and put together to form a group. Their energy has to match, so if one of them does a move more lazily or more energetic, the entire group will look unsynchronized because of that one specific member. And it's completely fine to mess up sometimes. At the end of the day, we all are humans, but still, doing it continuously does indeed make the group look bad on camera. Now, even if fans don't always like it, the constructive criticism is understandably needed in these situations, and even if it sometimes can be harsh, it's needed for an idol to improve its skills and for the group to look in sync on camera. 5. Can we all stop acting like all fanboys are creeps? Okay, so, I was scrolling through social media and a video with a male fan simply expressing his love and admiration for Islet. However, as soon as entered the comment section, I was hit with comments throwing hate and shit at him for being a fanboy of Islet. Now, can we stop this whole circus as if every man or boy that is a fan of a girl group is a creep? When a girl is standing a male group, everyone finds it normal and has no problem with it at all, but when a male fan expresses his love or admiration for a girl group, suddenly it's a problem. Now this over here is called double standards. We all are aware that there were indeed multiple cases of female idols being harassed or going through even worse experience because of these so-called male fans. But let's not also forget that K-pop is not just all about bodies and beauty. Even though this is the image most people have formed about this industry, it's about music. And each and every person has their own music sense, let's be for real now. 6. There is a difference between screaming and hitting a high note. Firstly, I just want to clarify that not every good singer needs to be able to hit a high note. In fact, a real high note doesn't last for more than a few seconds. For example, in my opinion, Ion's so-called high note in Drip was just her screaming and damaging her vocal cords. If you look at the recording behind, that's just what I've said. 3 octaves? Better like 10 seconds of my ears bleeding. It's no doubt that Ion has a beautiful voice and has gotten power and strength in it, but giving her such parts will help just to destroy her vocal cords one day. I'm sincerely relieved that she didn't hesitate to lip sync during their promotions of the song. Now don't blame me, it's not her fault at all. When you try to hold a note for too long, you're automatically starting to lose your breath and it starts sounding bad. Same happened to her during Sheesh promotions. When she tried holding the high note for too long, trying to prove that she could, she ended up screaming and the performance honestly sounded terrible. Back to what I've said earlier, I'm glad that she didn't hesitate to lip sync when on music shows. I usually opt for idols to sing live, showcasing their real voice. However, apart from the fact that she would have just ruined her voice, the performance would have sounded horrible. 7. New K-pop groups are not underrated at all. It seems like there's this whole cliché that if a newer group happens to release a good album or song, or the members are talented, fans will start telling everyone that they deserve more attention and are underrated, but at the same time, if the group is newly debuted and somehow manages to grab some more attention and become popular overnight, they are being accused of using payola and not growing organic fame. The truth is, groups who are less than a year can't be and are not underrated. Take as example Kiss of Life. Yes, the girls might be talented and have a strong discography and an established fandom, yet there are some fans acting like the group deserves worldwide level of success, disregarding the fact that they've debuted barely a year ago. There are actual underrated groups from smaller agencies with limited budgets and promotions, who are not there for charting and beating records, but rather for sharing their passion for music with the outside world. Take as an example Card. The only thing this group is known about is the fact that it's a mixed gender group. That's all. They've been in the industry for 7 years and no music show wins, no charts, nothing, and trust me, I've listened to a lot of their songs and they're all so good and well mastered. This group out here is a both underrated and underappreciated. New debuted groups, no matter if they are from small or big agencies, still don't have an established fandom and can just relate on public attention as they grab some comeback after comeback. If you've reached the end of the video, I'd like to thank you a lot for the attention offered. Nonetheless, don't forget to also drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you next time.